best thing about Reggie Miller is that he plays his best when it's all out.
It is Reggie Miller. It is Steph Curry. All-time three-pointers made. And he's closing in fast.
Can you catch Ray Allen?
I hope so. I mean, that's a test of longevity, consistency.
Yeah.
I have a newfound appreciation for exactly what it takes to get to that level.
Health.
I mean, yeah, you got to be healthy. You got to have some great screen savers, and you got to be able to make shots in all sorts of moments and all sorts of ways. So hopefully I'm playing long enough to get it done.
3,000 is the benchmark, Steph.
I got my eyes on it, and obviously, hopefully some championships come along the way, but that's the goal.
Come a long way.
And hopefully be described as the best shooter to ever play a game. That's something that I'm working for.
Steph Curry with another one. Yes, Miller hits a big one. And there goes another Reggie Miller record.
So much fun. Welcome back to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols, still hanging out with Mr. Vince Carter, Brian Windhorst, and as we mentioned, guys, Steph Curry trails only Ray Allen for the most threes made ever. Curry eclipsed Reggie's mark now in his 715th game, while Miller took almost 1,400 games to get there. But he did get to do something fun with Steph Curry on the Media Zoom press conference after the game. Take a listen.
Number one, congratulations. This is an unbelievable achievement, but the work is not done. Obviously, I know you're chasing Ray, but you are an inspiration to so many little ones like mine, and I'm just so proud of all the work because I know what goes into that. I know the countless hours when it's easy to, go hang with your boys, hit the club, sleep, do other things, but you're in the lab getting your work done. So the sacrifices, obviously, with your family, you're an unbelievable father and family man. And I know there's sacrifices that come with that. And the blend that you have with your family in basketball and Dub Nation, the Millers are very proud of you, especially this little guy. He is your number one fan. So thank you so much for what you have done, my friend.
That means a lot, Reg. I appreciate it. Like you said, I know I have a lot more to take, but to try to live out all those, that competitive juice, the work that goes in, the appreciation of every game I get to play, and to shoot the ball at this level, obviously doing a lot of other things, but to follow your footsteps in that regard, it means a lot. So I appreciate the support. You and Ray have been, if I'm chasing any record, to have two guys that have reached back and encouraged me the way that y'all have, it means a lot. So I'll pass that torch on as well, but I appreciate you, man. And thanks for all the support.
Steph is right. Very classy move from Reggie Miller there. Now look at pacing here. At Curry's current pace of just over 4 made threes per game, he could surpass Allen's record toward the end of next season if he remains healthy. Whenever Curry does get there, virtually every record relating to three-point shooting will belong to Steph. Now, Vince, we've all kind of known around the league that's going to be the direction this is going, but you're the one who has faced Steph Curry, Reggie Miller, and Ray Allen, all in their primes. The whole thing was your prime, just saying. What stands out to you about each player as you face them?
Well, let's say this first of all. Steph will get there. I mean, it's when. I mean, we know it's not if, and he'll get there sooner than quicker than I think we think he will because of he's going to have to take a few more shots this year, maybe not next year. So I think in mid-season next year he'll get there, but. They're three different guys. They're all great shooters, but let's talk about. I want to talk about. Well, let's talk about Steph first. He's a guy, can shoot from anywhere in the arena with unbelievable ball skills. Not the greatest athlete. He's not super. I mean, I always ask him. I said, when are you going to dunk one? Impress me with that. You've wowed us with your three-point shooting. Go dunk one. And then you talk about Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was a guy who will run you off 1,000 screens. And then catch and shoot three. And it was just, he was so tough to guard, and he's so crafty, he was smart, and he just knew how to play the game and piss you off at the same time. Then there's Ray. Ray is that athletic three-point shooter. So he's an athlete, and you say close out the three-point shooters. Well, you have to be careful when you run Ray Allen off the three-point line because he was the athlete that can and will dunk on you at the same time. So, but at the end of the game, they all had one thing in common. They were clutch three-point shooters. They all hit unbelievable, clutch, timely threes in championship situations, in major games. We know what Reggie did at the Garden. We know what Ray did in Miami for Miami. So against San Antonio, of course, Steph has done it countless years. So it's just those guys are the echelon of three-point shooting, and for Steph to be so close to eclipsing that. And you mentioned one thing I want to say. What Steph got past Reggie in half the games played, but the game has changed. So that number is wowing to some people. Is not for me. Obviously, for a lot of us because the game has changed.
Yeah.
And now guys are shooting 11 to 15 threes a game as an individual, not a team, an individual now. So the game's different.
Brian, what do you see as the biggest differences between the three guys?
This is a counting stat. So because the counting is a little different from era to era, say who ends up with the most. I don't know if that's the fairest way to judge the three of them. What I will tell you is that all of them have incredible work ethics. All of them have shown to be able to beat any defense that was thrown at them. And to me, that's the greatest compliment that you could have. And with all the downsides of the Zoom press conferences and the loss of personal connection, this is one rare moment where it was kind of cool, where Reggie Miller could come in and surprise, and that probably wouldn't have been available in this venue, without this time, and to bring his son wearing a Curry jersey, I thought that was really cool more than anything.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love that, and we do.
Hey guys, I want to say
go
one
ahead,
thing.
Vince.
I want to say one thing. The crazy thing about all of this, and like you said, Brian, but as far as the way the game is played now, Steph is going to be up there, and there's going to be guys we may even see in the next 5 years or less, Ray and Reggie further down the list because of the three-point shooters. I mean, think about it. James Harden is probably 200 threes made behind him. Now, I think because James being in Brooklyn, he'll tail off as far as attempts and makes. But the way the game is changing, you're going to see a lot of guys, if they stay healthy and have a long career like these guys are having, will creep up that line, creep up that list.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, by the way, Reggie Miller was one of the main people I worked with when I worked at TNT. And he would come, when we would go do games together, he would come out on the court sometimes if there was basketball around and just start firing off those threes. And he is exactly, at this age, exactly as deadly as he was 10 or 15 years earlier. And the thing I learned watching him, watching Steph, and of course, especially watching Ray Allen, is that kind of perfection, that kind of dazzling sort of fireworks that those guys can let off is only the result of boring repetition. So it's such an amazing thing that this incredible, spectacular shot, one of the most exciting things that someone can do on a basketball court, those incredible moon shots that Steph hits, it's the result of something very boring. They work so hard, repeating and repeating and repeating the same mechanics, and it's what makes them great. Really, really special to watch. All right, guys, coming up, we'll talk a little Washington Wizards. They lost by 20 in the return to the court after 6 straight postponements due to COVID protocols. Do you even expect the Wizards to play 72 games this season?